Greetings, and welcome to the Library of Deep Knowledge. I am Naho the Storyteller, and I have a tale to tell you. Today I am joined by Akani
Hello again.
and Lux.
Hey guys!
Crystal should be joining us soon-ish. She at least said that she would be. I'm going to trust that she's not wrong about that. And we are continuing with Tokyo Necro. Last time we streamed, what did happen? I believe, really it was just Ryoko made curry, right? And everyone was able to taste it just fine.
Yes. Pretty much.
More stuff definitely happened, but that's the thing that sticks out in my head the most. Kiriri sent the that one papyrus about the what's his name? The guy who worked at Busujima Lab.
I don't know because I have knowledge of the first part, So
Well, Akani, you were there for that too. That happened in every route.
It's been a minute for me.
And we saw the video of what happened to the vice governor. That's what happened.
That happened, yes. That was pretty intense.
Ow.
Hello, Marcus. Welcome. Always nice to see you here. Alright, well, let's get this started. I'm not about to stall and wait for Crystal unless Ethica section comes up, in which case we'll kind of be forced to. Oh, the last thing that happened was, Subcon started a citywide concert, right?
I think so.
Taking control of literally every electronic in the city?
Yes.
Okay.
Is everyone's stream running well? Because...
Is it not running well on your end?
No.
I don't know. I have to go on to Twitch.
It's just on that, like... Just
Sorry.
like the...
I forgot to... Oh, on the actual stream, I forgot
Yeah, there we go.
I forgot to switch over.
Yeah.
Luckily, nothing has been missed.
Yeah. And it's great because, like, on the little character, and she's like dancing on my head. Apparently, Lex is dancing on my head.
Oh, yeah.
I think, well, it's not on your head. She's just standing on the platform that I am standing on.
Oh, okay.
I'm so tiny next to you.
Yeah, that I get that a lot. I have to compensate for the fact that I am a regular book otherwise.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so... This is me. The streets outside the agency have been thrown into utter chaos. We seem to have been right in assuming that pretty much every electronic device had gone haywire. This ceaseless cacophony must be the result of every public taxi in town sounding its horn. But even as the city is engulfed by Subcon's performance, the residents remain unusually calm. Well, performance may not be the right word, more like a takeover. Her singing can be heard reverberating across every last street corner in Tokyo. People stand in silent awe, simply watching as the city takes on a new form. The song they hear is nothing more than a string of meaningless words, yet somehow it's managed to captivate their hearts.
I need to respond to her.
Iria stares deeply into her tone graph, which continues to glimmer and shine in the colors of the rainbow. I think I can kind of tell what she means. There's no one here to properly interpret Subcon's song. But even if it falls on deaf ears, she keeps on singing it, desperately hoping to make her message come across, whatever that message may be. Oh, Lux, for your sake,
Yeah.
I'm gonna head into the database here and let you know who Subcon is.
Oh, I see.
A mysterious girl who hijacks display devices throughout Tokyo to perform guerrilla concerts, considered by most to be a form of virtual idol, commonly referred to as simply Subcon, a consciousness which emerged from the mesh network and was given form by Hogyo Iria. So it's an AI consciousness that only Iria can understand and communicate with.
It's interesting. Thank you.
It just exists on the internet in game.
Just like VTubers.
Well, considered by most to be a form of virtual idol.
Yeah.
Like, most people don't think that it's anything other than a program that just plays. They think there's someone behind it. They don't realize that it's an actual artificial intelligence that no one created. It just, the mesh network, which is similar but different from the internet. It's the internet as we know it doesn't exist here. The mesh network just is their substitution for it.
I see.
Yeah, she just emerged from it, formed from it.
Okay.
After leaving the agency, I immediately make my way into a nearby alley.
Here?
No, this is just an entrance of sorts. Lend me your hand.
Okay.
I place my right hand on her left. My Konri gains the necessary authorization from hers. Using her Konri as a conduit, I send out a signal.
What are you doing?
You'll see. More importantly, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. Thanks to you.
The transmission is already finished, but I don't want to let go of her hand. I'm sure she feels the same way. So instead, we keep silently gazing up at Subcon's concert. I almost don't want it to arrive, but it does all too soon. It's here.
What do you mean?
Iria notices a faint shadow on the ground, which prompts her to look up.
Whoa, a pipe runner!
Konsu's hacked into one that belongs to the military police. She's made it so it can be controlled remotely. Its identification code is MF399. We hold joint ownership over it with her.
You give it natural oil?
Natural?
You wouldn't get it. Anyway, you want us to hop onto that thing?
Yeah, and make sure to hold on tight. This particular runner has a firm foothold built into its back. It's made from a special alloy that comes with its own safety belt. Iri and I both climb onto it. Using my konri, I direct the pipe runner to start climbing vertically. Its legs have electromagnetic wheels attached, and by carefully adjusting their magnetic force, the runner can crawl atop pipes like a nimble spider. It picks out the most efficient route to take across the city's complex network of hot pipes, using its 8 legs to swiftly ferry us toward our destination. Meanwhile, we watch in silence as the rainbow-hued scenery of Tokyo rushes past. Interesting that the pipe runner's working properly during all of this bullshit. Our runner stops in place after reaching the top of the pipe it's been climbing. Hot air clashes with the perpetual winter chill. We straddle the border between snow and steam. Iri and I lock hands that we remain steady amidst the raging winds. As we gaze down upon the rhythmical rainbow glimmer of Tokyo, a series of fragmented, barely discernible words can be heard reverberating like a song. In perfect harmony with the flow of the music, pipe runners across the city have begun to dance. Iria pulls back her hood to try and listen to the lyrics. She calls out to the shimmering city as her tone graph begins to glow ever more fiercely.
Popcorn, can you hear me? It's me, Hokyo Iria.
In response, the dazzling lights of the city all go dark in an instant. What remains is the image of a single girl. It's far larger than any other projection we've ever seen before. It blankets buildings, covers pipes, and lights up every street and corner, turning the panorama of Tokyo into a digital canvas come to life. If viewed from any other angle, the image would break and distort. What we're seeing right now has been set up for Iria and her alone. The person responsible is none other than Substance Concept.
Good evening.
Her reply rings out like a digital echo, one voice layered on top of another. Yeah, Subcon is the only person here who gets to voice herself.
Amazing.
Like snippets of electrical noise, the words can be seen projected onto signboards across the city.
You're Subcon, right?
She knows you?
I think she's right. But I've lost all my memories.
Subcon parrots back the word. Does she really understand what Iria's saying? She sounds more like a toddler who's beginning to understand how words work for the very first time.
Mommy, Subcon. Just who am I? Yes, I am, but... What? Ori, Ayuka?
Iria repeats the name, realization dawning on her face. Noise-like interference begins to disrupt Subcon's citywide singing. The lights of Tokyo gradually begin to fade.
Please don't! Wait, I still have...
And with that single word of parting, the music goes silent. Subcon's image disperses, leaving behind only the faint scent of flowers. No, I must be imagining that. And then darkness. An eternity of a second passes, and the city's lights come back on. Iria's nerve-wrecked features finally loosen up. She heaves a sigh. I can see her body sway to the side. Acting quickly, I steady her before she can fall off the pipe runner. You okay?
Yeah, I remember some more bits and pieces.
We can talk about that later. But first, you need to get back home and rest. The mesh network seems to have come back to life. Just as I'm considering starting up the pipe runner myself, I'm interrupted by the buzz of my Konri. Hello?
You picked up. Nagoka, are you alright?
It's from Mitsumi. Right, we did exchange contact information a short while ago. Iria and I are both safe.
Hogyo?
Yeah, she's here with me.
I see. That's good to hear.
I'm honestly a little surprised that it wasn't Ryoko, Ethika, or even Tokitaka who called first to inquire about my safety, but Mitsumi. I appreciate you calling.
Oh? You would have done the same for me, I'm sure. Remember, we're allies now. I can't just have you vanishing on me.
She's right. I hadn't thought about it that way.
Did you manage to keep Hogyo safe?
Yeah, I did.
Good. I'm really happy for you.
Despite our conversation being voice only, I can tell that Mitsumi has just nodded on the other end of the line. Similarly, I can almost see her troubled expression in my mind's eye as she struggles to figure out how to break this awkward silence.
Well, I'll talk to you later then.
Sure. Take care. We end the call. Subcon's strange performance has come to an end. The agency's safe, and so is Iria. I feel relieved beyond words.
Was it from Mitsumi?
Iria, still clinging onto the pipe runner, looks out at the city below. Yeah.
Do you like her?
I do. Having her by my side fills me with resolve and courage.
That's not what I meant.
Iria heaves an exhausted sigh.
Oh boy. I feel kind of sorry for poor Mitsumi.
What do you mean?
Well, I have a knack for connecting with people, right? I managed to fit in at the agency in no time, and I managed myself pretty well when we went hunting for clues around town. It's probably also why I could talk to Subcon.
Iria does certainly possess a unique talent for making people open up to her.
But I spend all day trying and failing to. But I spend all day trying and failing to do one thing, only for Mitsumi to pull it off in a matter of seconds.
And what's that?
Making you smile.
I smiled? How unusual. Is it crystal time? No. Also, Kiriri hears an explosion roar out far below her in the distance, as Subcon's sudden interference wraps the city in rainbow hues. She stands uneasily atop one of the many hot pipes coiling around the military police headquarters, having to drag her broken right foot to even move.
Who do you want to do this for?
This probably isn't the best idea, but I'm gonna flip a coin.
That's funny.
Oh boy.
One of you call heads or tails.
Heads.
Alright. That has come up tails. So, Lux, would you take Kiri for us?
Hey, how does she sound like though?
早く安全なところに。
I need to get back to safety.
The pipe runners went berserk while Kiriri was performing maintenance. As a result, her leg got caught in one of their wheels. She managed to avoid being thrown into the night sky, if narrowly, but her leg was severely injured, making walking almost impossible. She feels herself getting dizzy from everything that's going on around her. The howling winds, the hot, sweltering air, the lights, the incessant singing. What's more, she's a good 40 stories above ground. Falling off of the network of pipes would mean certain death. Her path is also being blocked by several pipe runners on both sides. Almost like a group of enthusiastic background dancers, they crawl to and fro atop the pipes in complete harmony with the rhythm of Subcon's singing. They form complex, spiral-like patterns with their movements, while seemingly paying no heed to Kiriri. Even supposing she could make it past the pipe runners in one piece, there's still the problem of getting through the building's bulletproof glass. A lone man bursts through one of the windows and lands on the same pipe as Kiriri. Usually, Ethica rushes to save Kiriri from this. This is the first time we're seeing Hokuyasu here. His X-Brain helmet, an older model, completely shrouds his features. Wielding a pair of deadly re-eliminators, he begins calmly walking across the pipe.
I don't know if it was just me but you cut out a lot.
I did?
For me. I don't know if it was Lux. Did he cut out?
No, he was pretty good, I think.
Okay. That would be me then. I'm sorry.
His measured gait shows not an ounce of fear or hesitation as he makes his way across the thin path, surrounded by a host of swift-moving pipe runners. It's almost as if he's long since cast aside the very concept of fear. He fires off his shots with expert accuracy, taking care to avoid injuring the pipe he stands on. His bullets hit only the pipe runners, quickly incapacitating them one by one. Using the muzzle spikes of his guns, the man delivers quick and effective punches to the runners, blowing them off their already precarious footing. His movements are precise and calculated. His technique is textbook perfect. Having eliminated his opponents, the man draws closer to Kiriri. He leans down and removes his helmet.
Tokuyasu.
Sorry, I'm trying to... Oh, there it is. All right. With the evacuation underway, I found myself delayed.
Oh. I can't believe you came personally to get me.
Okuyasu's sullen expression makes Kiriri realize that she's accidentally called him by his first name, the way she used to in the past. Ever since she herself has joined the ranks of the military police, Kiriri was supposed to always refer to Okuyasu, the man who raised her as his own, as Major General Kibanohara.
Pardon me.
Having remembered her position, Kiriri hurriedly averts her eyes. Her gaze instead settles on a specific point in the city.
Oh?
A set of words can be seen manifest in the city, in the midst of a city painted the color of rainbows. They who share the lotus throne share in joy and sorrow alike.
Isn't that one of Mom's favorite sayings?
Okuyasu's reaction nearly makes Kiriri doubt her own eyes. A single rivulet of fresh tears, glimmering faintly in the rainbow light of the city, can be seen trickling down the cheeks of a man known across Tokyo for his lack of emotions.
Tokuyasu?
Driven by instinct, she reaches out to wipe his tears away, only for her hand to be grabbed by Okuyasu's. His eyes, however, are still glued to that peculiar illusion in the night sky. Yukari. The name of Kiriri's mother.
Major General Kibanohara?
Her words finally drag Okuyasu's mind back from the past and into the present. He lightly shakes his head and dons his helmet again. Grab onto me. Leaning on Okuyasu, Kiriri manages to stand up. Can you walk?
More or less.
Good. Let's go then. His firm, muscular frame, almost unbefitting of someone his age, guides Kiriri along to safety. Kibanohara Okuyasu, the father of the X-Brain, and the savior of Japan. an elite among elites who climbed the rank of Major General in the blink of an eye after entering the military police. People say that his stern, unflinching features reflect the iciness of his heart. Kiriri, however, is of an entirely different opinion. In her mind, Hokuyasu is hardly without feelings. He simply buried them for the sake of his ideals. Beneath that cold, rigid surface, there's a heart full of emotion, still alive and beating, or so she's been told. Major Aso. He poses her an unlikely question. Do you believe there's a god in this world?
I do.
She answers without a tinge of hesitation.
And he's looked after me, even following my mother's passing. You are the only god I believe in.
Nonsense. A single word of rejection is the first thing to leave his lips. I cling to no gods. I'll set Tokyo on the right course, and I'll do it with my own power.
I know you will, sir.
The two continue making their way across the pipes. With the runner's outburst calmed and Hokuyasu by her side, Kiriri knows there's nothing more for her to fear.
How truly magnificent.
Using a hologram, Amachi Juichiro looks through the walls of his castle to gaze in wonderment at the distant, snowy outline of Tokyo. Subcon's unexpected advent has transformed the gray metropolis into a large-scale stage floor decorated with multicolored lights. His own castle, of course, is no less a bastion of beauty. Known only as the Fortress, it is a grand amusement park Juichiro has poured every last drop of revenue produced by Amachi Robotic Industries into. It now stands as his very own nocturnal wonderland. But still, he craves more. Amachi Juichiro will not rest until his long-coveted ambition comes to fruition. Subcon is a new form of life destined to guide humanity toward its next step in evolution. In order to make contact with her, he will require their help. As Tokyo's light show comes to an abrupt close, Amachi Juichiro exhales a sigh and turns to address his companion. Hi, Crystal!
Oh! I've been fighting Discord for too long.
Well, we've got something new that happened here. I'm not sure how long you've been here.
Yeah.
And it is that instead of Ethica rushing to save Kiriri during Subcon's concert and the Pipe Runners going berserk, Hokuyasu showed up and did it instead.
Yeah. Yeah, which is interesting turn of events.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? Do you find it beautiful?
Connie, if you would.
Yes, of course.
The answer comes from a high-spec mechanical doll whose very existence is clear proof of humanity's vast technological advancement. She stands solemn and somber, like a maiden mourning a lost lover. It is clear that she is fundamentally different from the countless sexoroids Amachi has created over the years. Her name is Sori Ayuka. the link between man and machine. There's one other who shares the same role, Hogyo Iria. However, she's no longer here at the fortress. She went missing about 1 week ago. Ayuka has grown increasingly sullen since Iria's disappearance.
There's hardly a need to worry, my dear. This little incident will no doubt help us locate Iria. She'll be back home before you know it.
The rainbow spectacle that engulfed the whole of Tokyo has dissipated. After listening to her subordinate's report, Sophia Kawarazaki turns and addresses him in a disinterested, businesslike manner. Since Eva's not here to read for Sophia,
She used to be mine, but so do you want me to take over for her?
you know what? Yeah, actually.
As long as there's not many big words.
I mean, come on, she's only the CEO of the Energy Corporation.
Yeah, let's go. You didn't find her?
I'm afraid we were too short on time.
And the fate of mankind hinges upon your actions. You do understand that, right?
I do, ma'am, but...
Spare me the excuses. Our salvation depends on Hogyo Iria. Do you whatever it takes to find her.
Try that one again?
Do whatever it takes to find her.
Yes, ma'am. Without even bothering to give her subordinate a parting glance as he exits the room, Sophia directs a sharp glare at the screen before her.
Say, how do you say that name?
Yamanuma?
Damn that Yamanuma. He did well in finding this, and yet...
The hollow screen above her displays a bird's eye view of Tokyo, as captured by one of the few remaining satellites that survived the war. Marcus and deploy the SAD! The concert's making people way too happy. Deploy the SAD!
Sadness.
It recorded a mesh-like pattern blanketing the rainbow-lit city. Sophia then brings up an image of a VR program created by Hogyo Iria, the girl the suicide wannabes named in their video. Subcon's voice responds to Iria's Midnight Shores. In other words, the song and the VR program, two otherwise separate works of art, form a collaboration of sorts. The evidence all points in one direction. Hogyo Iria and Subcon have established mutual understanding and communication. Tokyo has been plunged into chaos. Milgram realizes that the appointed time has finally come. No longer alive, but not quite dead either, Tokyo prolongs its existence in rotten ambiguity. But that, too, will soon come to an end. Will they choose life, death, or something else entirely? It's time to end this, Nagaoka. His voice, all but a whisper, is soon swallowed by the profound silence of the night.
What if I'm a princess?
A princess?
Yeah, a princess who escaped from her castle.
That's not inaccurate.
He's so freaking cute.
True.
Foreshadowing.
Look at his face. Look at Tokataka's face.
God.
Tokitaka doesn't want anything to do with this conversation.
Dude, I really feel like that would have been me, like saying some shit like that, and then like freaking wild doing that, like covering his face and be like, "Oh, I don't know her."
The morning after Subcon's large-scale interference, Iria starts our usual meeting with that peculiar suggestion.
Oh, she
Joan
starts
is
it off that
visibly
way.
Confused, unsure as to how. Yep. Unsure as to how he should respond. Tokitaka buries his face in his palms. As for me, I knew it! I roll with it without so much as a second thought. I knew you were special from the moment we saved you. Which would make this lovable dumbass over here your very own Prince Charming.
Did talking to Subcon help you remember anything?
Gee, thanks. Way to completely ignore me.
Yeah, after hearing the name Sori Ayuka, I finally remembered something. I used to live with her in the fortress.
Huh? You mean that castle built by Amachi Juichiro?
Machi Jurichiro?
This man here.
The picture Ryoko calls up with a multiflex shows a man sporting an unflattering frown, and sure enough, the name next to his photo reads Amachi Jurichiro. He's a living legend among businessmen. The founder of Amachi Robotic Industries, who single-handedly revolutionized the landscape of humanoid operating machines across Tokyo. He's also a top dog in the marketing of humanoid military robots. These days, though, people largely associate him with the stuff he does behind closed doors. His headquarters, the Fortress, has become known as a symbol of robotic prostitution. A massive stronghold of a building filled with a wide array of high-spec sexroids to serve the unsavory needs of the rich and powerful. Amachi has holed himself up in there.
I think I've met him before.
I might need to have that Iria face as an emote.
Yeah, I like that face. Be like, gross.
That would actually make sense. Amachi's sextoroids are mostly sought out by billionaires and influential politicians, so he's got strong ties with both political and financial circles, as well as to the military police. The Fortress is quite meticulous about protecting the privacy of its clients, and thus employs some of the most advanced security measures available. Amachi's also got his own army of self-manufactured security robots and all the smart material in the world, making the defenses of the place nigh impenetrable.
You know, I've wondered this for a while, but If Iria was living in the fortress, how the hell did she get kidnapped?
I don't know. I guess it was penetrable.
It's not quite on the level of the Tokyo Mega Float, but still, it's understood that whatever happens in the fortress stays in the fortress.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, Marcus, Tang Yunshan did kidnap her, but I'm wondering how.
Well, all those sex robots, I'm sure everything was penetrable there.
Ha. Especially with his tentacle spear. Like, yeah, I get it. I get that the jokes make themselves here. But
They do. They do.
Definitely a penetrable fortress.
yeah, but Marcus, he
Assuming
wouldn't
Iria
have.
was taken to the fortress immediately. Yeah.
But Marcus, he wouldn't have been able to bring his weapon
Yeah.
in if he entered as a client. Never mind his power armor suit. Like you've
All
been
guys go
there
in there
to,
with a weapon. I'm just saying.
like you've seen how when the military police stormed the place, how well defended it was. Literally, the only reason they were even able to do anything is because they were able to shut off the power supply to the fortress to stop the smart material from doing its thing. And to stop them from literally
Right.
printing robots. No, I don't think Rorschach
Assuming
would have...
Iria was taken to the fortress.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, it's all good. Assuming Iria was taken to the fortress immediately after she left the Ikebukuro CPC and spent all her time locked up in there.
I think what might have happened is that Iria wanted out, and Sori Ayuka was trying to
Right.
help her leave, and during that process, she got kidnapped.
Right?
That's the only viable answer here.
Again, very possible. But otherwise, we won't know. Well, let's just say that would explain why she was impossible to track down.
How do you write the kanji for Sori Akia? By the way, hang on. How do you write the kanji for Soyo Akia?
Ayuka.
Ayuka, why am I saying that wrong? How do you write the kanji for Sori Akuya? By the way, I can't seem to be
Ayuka.
able to. Ayuka, okay. How do you write the kanji for Sori Akia? By the way, I can't seem to be able. Did I say it wrong again?
Committee.
Don't do that to me. Why am I messing up? Okay.
Just
Ayuka.
take it slow. Take it slow.
How do you write the kanji for Sori Ayuka, by the way? I can't seem to be able to find anything on her.
She's not human. She's an android, but she looks just like a heat person.
Iria goes on to specify the kanji for us.
trying to talk to Subcon together. That's why she asked me if Ayuka was with me.
Was this something Hachi ordered you to do?
Um,
Hang on. Okay.
As Iria clutches her head, the tone graph at her fingertips begins to glow. A familiar pattern. Every time she tries to remember a particular detail about her past, it ends up causing her pain.
Ryoko, could you try another question instead?
Of course. Let's see. How exactly did you manage to escape from the fortress?
well, something I remembered after talking to Subcon. I'm probably taking somewhere by the vice governor.
Oh, we're finally getting an explanation. Just now.
And then, can you also recall how you met Tang Yushan?
I think that's enough for now.
Unable to ignore Iria's suffering, Soen cuts in.
Iria, you need to rest.
I did not come through?
I don't think so.
Okay.
More of that came through, but not enough.
Okay, so I guess there's a certain octave that I can't go. Okay.
What's happening?
And now, you shouldn't force this. We wouldn't want her passing out thing. I give Ryoko a quick but meaningful look. Oh? What's wrong? Ryoko gazes into the screen in front of her with an intense expression.
We got new mail.
Mail?
Yes.
Ryoko brings up the attached hologram and...
It's a pumpkin!
Pumpkin? Whoa!
Fairy tale
As
right
I
there.
try to
She's a
open the file,
princess.
the pumpkin suddenly bursts open with a smoke-like visual effect.
Oh my god.
Geek of the devil. The hologram that jumps out at us like a jack-in-the-box is a low polygon model of Amachi Juichiro. At least I think it is. Jesus, what century are these graphics from? And what's with the music?
Ladies and gentlemen of the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency, greetings and salutations. I've decided to contact you upon learning that you've taken my dearest Iria under your wings. Allow me to hereby extend you a friendly invitation to visit my humble abode.
Based on that humble abode bit, I can only assume the voice belongs to Amachi Juichiro himself.
Tonight at 9 o'clock I shall be expecting you at the fortress.
Tonight? For real?
Do be sure to arrive on time.
Hey, wait up, old fart! Whoa! I lean closer to try and catch Amachi before he retreats into his castle, but end up getting a fireworks show in my face. I reflexively shrink back, despite knowing it's all just a hologram. Surrounded by that colorful display, Amachi's face vanishes as abruptly as it came.
One must brave the tiger's den if they are to catch his cubs. Ryoko has decided we will accept Amachi Juichiro's invitation and storm the fortress. The fortress is a massive humanoid operating... The fortress is a massive Deep breath. The fortress is a massive humanoid operation machine production facility with both private and military clients. Once we enter, we won't even be able to communicate with the outside on our own. Amachi could very well resort to extreme measures. We must proceed with the utmost caution. We have the rest of the day to prepare for our infiltration of the fortress. I take the opportunity to service my weapons. I place my 2 re-eliminators on the workbench before me. They are pistols designed for use in close-quarters combat, with a spike installed over the muzzle's front. The long magazines have a capacity of 30 bullets. In day-to-day combat situations against the living dead, I use hollow point .45 Magnum rounds. Hollow point rounds are bullets that have a dent in their tips. This type of bullet is more likely to be crushed or change shape upon making impact with its target, causing it to tear their insides to shreds. This is the most efficient bullet to use when facing lo-fi living dead. But it lacks the punch needed to deal with a hi-fi living dead's reinforced skin or necromancers outfitted with armor, so I keep magazines with full metal jacket and AP rounds prepared too. If something does go wrong tonight, I'll be up against security robots. I need to account for that possibility when choosing what ammunition to carry.
Are you there?
What is it, Iria? We still have some time, so you should rest up while you can.
Yeah, I know, but... Are you not going to rest too?
I'll take a nap once I'm done with this. Iria approaches the workbench and begins to examine the re-eliminators. Are you interested in those?
Yeah, I guess.
Violence was an essential part of entertainment in the 21st century. There are probably a lot of guns in the anime she likes to watch. I've watched a few movies from that period with Konsu myself. They certainly do have a lot of firefights.
Hey, Son, can you teach me how to shoot a gun?
You don't need to worry. I'll keep you safe.
Yeah, it's not that I don't trust you, it's just... I don't want you to see...
That's a typo.
I don't want you to... Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. I don't want to see you get hurt because of my stupidity.
Yuria's expression is deadly serious. I was wrong to assume she was just excited to see something she recognized from anime. Just the other day, I nearly lost my life in the fight against Milgram. Iria probably feels responsible for that. I mull over it a bit more. Her suggestion isn't so off base. There's no telling what might happen at any given time. There's no downside to having her learn how to defend herself. I open the workbench's drawer and take a gun case out of it.
What's that?
This is for you to defend yourself with.
Huh? Really?
I open the case.
Ah,
Sitting inside it is a Beretta pistol. Next to it are a paddle holster and 2 spare magazines. It's a small firearm, but it's the latest model. There's 6 high explosive rounds in the magazine. Should do perfectly for self-defense.
thank you. This is awesome.
Guns are a tool for murder. Iria looks about ready to jump for joy, but I coldly remonstrate her. With just a flick of your fingertip, you can take someone's life. What you're holding is a symbol of indisputable power. A power that carries with it privilege and responsibility. You're better off not having to use it. I don't want to see you cheer over having this thing.
I understand.
Iria nods with a grave expression.
You're right. I hope you never have to use this. So, I'm not happy about this at all. Even if it's a present from you, I'm not happy about this.
Iria's fingers gently touch the Beretta. As she picks it up firmly and grasps the grip, a grin makes its way across her face.
I'm not happy about this at all. Really?
Good grief. I take the pistol out of Iria's hands and put it on the workbench. Time for a little lesson, then. Do you know the basics of handling a pistol?
I think so.
Then show me how it's done with this empty magazine. Iria picks up the Beretta. She pulls back the slide and confirms the chamber is empty, then inserts the magazine I handed her. After pulling back the slide again, she removes the safety, and then she pulls the trigger. Afterwards, she reapplies the safety before pulling out the magazine and placing it back down on the workbench.
Free to clap. I practice a lot so I could do it just like they do in anime.
I do feel a bit relieved. It would seem that at least some of the anime of the 21st century cared about being accurate. But there's a world of difference between imitating something you saw on screen and an actual combat situation.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. No, I meant to mute.
You still have a lot to learn. For example, mechanical malfunctions.
Hey, damn!
Yes, exactly. Be it caseless models or guns that use cartridges, every gun has a chance to malfunction, or jam. With cartridges, it's easy to tell. Like a double feed when 2 rounds are fed into the chamber at once, or a stovepipe when an empty magazine gets stuck in the slide. Double feeds happen with caseless models too, every now and then.
Yeah, I'm not sure anime ever gets this in depth.
If you run into a malfunction, start by exchanging the cartridge, and then pull back the slide. Those are the basics. That applies to rifles too. They have different parts, but you'll be handling malfunctions the same way.
Got it. We'll make sure to practice that.
I spend some time helping Iria learn the basics of how to handle a gun. She had a decent understanding to begin with, so it doesn't take long for her to get the hang of it. After only a few hours, she's reached the point where it would be hard to pin her as an amateur at a glance.
Phew. How was that?
Good work.
Right? But man, this really wears you out.
Iria's hair clings to her forehead with sweat, and her face is visibly flushed. And still, her smile is captivating. She's never ceased to captivate me, ever since I found her in the trunk of that car. It's as if she's always floating a few inches off the ground. As if she would shatter to pieces if I reached out and touched her. She is truly a mystery.
So,
What is it?
were you just zoning out? You can't protect me if you get taken out. Dang.
Iria pretends to shoot me through the heart, then flashes a shy smile. Oh no! Did he not teach her never point it at someone that you don't intend to destroy?
Right.
That's literally rule number one.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Literally gun safety 101.
I can't take my eyes off her. I feel my heartbeat pick up. A sudden impulse overcomes me. I want to feel her, to hold her closer. Even though I could never bring myself to do something like that.
To be honest, I'm a little scared.
Scared?
Yeah. Talking to Subcon, remembering the castle and Vice Governor's face, it kind of made it all feel real all of a sudden. Until then, my past felt all vague and fuzzy. I just want to know to clear it all up, you know? And now I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do.
Konsu said something like that too. That there's a chance Iria remembering the past might only serve to hurt her. And now that's become a very real concern.
Like, I'm the reason why the Vice Governor had to die like that.
No. Milgram did that. You aren't to blame in the slightest.
Thank you.
What I just said is true, no doubt about it. But the naked truth alone lacks the power to heal Iria's wounds, to soothe her. Something else is necessary for that. Something that evades my grasp, no matter how skilled I am with a gun. Let's rest until it's time to leave.
It's only just past noon. We've still got plenty of time.
We can't afford to be running around at the last second. Not when it's something this big.
Right.
Iria nods meekly. When you see something in the dark, ignoring it and moving on is one option. But there's no telling if whatever's writhing in the dark is going to ignore her back. The future is rife with risks and dangers. What matters is whether you made your choices willingly, on your own terms. The only thing I can do is respect Iria's will and extend a helping hand when she needs it.
So, I'm counting on you.
Yeah, don't worry. I watch Iria leave the room, then commence my daily training. Yes, this is for the best.
The invitation from Amachi Juichiro is for 9 p.m. That's too late for any ordinary party, but the fortress belongs to the knight. By that place's standards, 9 p.m. is still early evening. Either way, I've got nothing to do until then. I'm absolutely bored stiff. I could get some training in, I guess, but I don't want to overexert myself. Left with nothing to do, I opened a papyrus with the group photo. As I enter the military police's HQ, I start walking faster. I did come here hoping that if I can get my hands on some kind of hint for the password, I could solve the mystery around Kuroshima Michiya. But honestly, I just wanted to see Kiri. And so I tried to contact her via my Conry, but...
Lux, if you would.
Her?
You remember what her personality is?
Not really.
She's as much of a hard ass as possible, but Ethica knows all of her weaknesses.
Ethica.
Here, if you need voice.
It's good.
Oh. Hard. It's hard for me to come up with voices on the spot.
Something like Epica or something, like, but more girly, more, just abrupt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Akane, that was way too gruff.
No, I know, no, not my voice went out on that one, but more girly and more cute, like Momo voice, but like more abrupt like that.
More cute?
Well, Momo's always cute.
I think I think Slimy's right that your normal voice actually works perfectly for her.
Oh, okay. Ethica.
We can talk later. Bye.
Hold it. What are you doing here?
What, do I need a reason to be here?
Of course you do. This is a place for work to get done.
So, getting all hot and bothered in the interrogation room is work?
How dare you?
Kazuma insists on blocking my path. I swear, this girl sometimes. She has to be doing this on purpose. Just cut it out and let me see Kiri.
Major also isn't feeling well today.
Then that's all the more reason for me to go see her.
She's saying she doesn't want to see you.
Kazuma's too dumb to actually tell convincing lies. Which means that what she just said is probably true. Where is she? The Annex Hospital?
No. She's just feeling a bit under the weather, so...
She got herself hurt during yesterday's night shift, right? Bullseye. Kiri mentioned she was going to participate in pipe runner maintenance last night. Did she fall?
Her leg got run over. It broke the bone, but the doctor said she would recover soon. She didn't contact you about it because she didn't want you to worry.
I know. Still, I have to see her.
Why won't you listen to me?
We're infiltrating the fortress tonight. Kazuma gasped audibly. Even the military police can't mess with Amachi Yuichiro without good reason.
Are you serious?
We got an invitation.
It's probably a trap.
We can handle it, still. I don't want to go out on the battlefield feeling like this. Please. Kazuma knits her brows. As much as she tries to puff herself up, she's timid on the inside. The type to do anything his superior says. But she wishes she could change that. She's a good, honest person at heart. Have to respect that.
Come with me.
Kazuma says curtly. She starts down the hall, and I follow.
I have one condition.
What is it? Kazuma continues walking forward as she replies.
Don't die out there.
What? I didn't hear you.
I said, don't die out there.
Don't you worry. Let it never be said that Kazuma doesn't have her cute side. I happen to be what you would call immortal.
Wait, is Ethica dead in this one?
I mean, we picked the choice that should lead to that.
After we exit the elevator. Yeah, basically.
Bro, I didn't remember.
After we exit the elevator, Kazuma is... Yeah. After we exit the elevator, Kazuma is considerate enough to leave me alone. Which lets me ponder exactly how dumb I am. Sure, yesterday was hectic with everything that happened with the area, but I can't believe I forgot about Kiri. I can't forgive myself for this, no matter how bad I feel over it. I entered a room Kazuma told me. Room 523. You're here? I pause in shock. Kiri is lying on the bed, a smart cast fastened around her leg. Her skin is dotted with bruises. Standing next to her is Kibanohara Hokoyasu, my old man. Did you come to visit her?
Yes.
Ika, don't be mad, okay?
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is a hospital. And on top of that, Kiri is injured. Now isn't a time or place to be quarreling with my old man. I notice him staring at me. Gross. What?
Ethica.
Yeah?
I'm sorry.
The old man just apologized? why? Why is he apologizing to me?
Ithaca?
Kiri's voice jolts me out of my thoughts.
Shouldn't you go after your dad?
At some point, he left the room. It's fine, no reason to. Whenever the two of us meet, we end up arguing. I'd have probably lunged at him if Kiri wasn't laying there, injured. The fact that nothing happened is nothing short of a miracle. And on top of that, him apologizing? What the hell happened?
Did you two make up?
As if. I can't forget what he did. The old man picked his career and ambitions over his family. He can cry and beg all he wants. I have absolutely no intention of ever forgiving him.
We just came out of a route where we found out that their relationship is far more complicated than we could have ever imagined.
That's really cool.
Yeah. A mess.
Hokuyasu is a mess.
So.
Like I always make the joke that
Yeah.
Konsu is a disaster woman. That Hokuyasu calling him a disaster is understating it. That there's
Yeah.
nuclear
The Kibanohara
problems
family
here.
line is a mess right now. Like, actual scientifically nuclear problem with the Kibanohara line.
I think I can
The old man picked his career and ambitions over
wait.
his family. He can.
Sorry.
Hold on.
I think to sum
good.
everything up in one sentence for how fucked up the family situation is. Ethica's mom is Soun's dad.
Wait, what?
To put it in the
Empreg.
to
One
put
word, Empreg. Don't worry.
Oh.
Don't think about it too much.
Okay.
what if we took this person's sperm and turned
I
it
said-
into an egg and implanted it into someone else?
Uh-huh.
Because Ethica's dad was in love with Soun's dad. And after Soun's dad
Wait, did you
died...
just say Soun's dad was in love with another dad?
No, Soun's dad wasn't.
Yes.
Because dad
No.
was in love with
True.
Soun's
It-
dad.
Stone's dad wasn't, but yes.
Hi, Zen.
Tragic gay yow, old man gay yowie.
Got it. Okay. And they wanted baby. They made Ethica.
Explain this
Got it.
mess of a family tree.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
after Soun's dad died, Ethica's dad harvested what he could to make Ethica.
Oh boy.
And he
So they're siblings.
half-siblings,
Ithaca
kind
and
of.
Soun.
Technically, they're half-siblings, yes. It's an incredibly messy situation. And the entire climax of
Literally a
Kiri...
scientifically mess.
Yeah, the entire climax of Kiriri's route is based around that reveal.
Yeah, love how you use the word climax. I think that's great.
I mean, it is a proper storytelling term.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yes, it is.
The reason that Hokuyasu,
Tragic old man
seems to
yaoi.
hate Ethica is because Ethica is a shame for him
Huh.
and reminds him of horrible things that
Like,
he's done.
An actual scientific sin.
He made Ethica and can't forgive
So,
himself
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Marcus is right, along with the role of Kiri's mom, because there's so much. There's so much.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Like we can't even properly explain it here because our brains aren't still completely put together from the whole situation.
Maybe it's time for me to rewatch all the
Hard to
VODs.
explain scientific mess.
I mean, you should also just do that anyway,
should.
but like...
Yeah.
Yeah, but also...
If nothing else, because it's a good
Good luck
time.
with...
Fair, good point.
Yeah! A scientific mess of a good time.
This game has gone places.
Anyhow.
Alright.
Yeah. Gone places that we never thought it would, but okay. We're here now.
Also, Zen, happy to have you drop in.
And ambitions over his family.
For those who don't know, Zen is
Yeah,
Zen is the sound guy for Twisted Metal V.
Hoorah! So, yeah, good times. Family, he can cry all he wants. And yet... Why isn't the anger welling up inside me like it always does?
Say, Ithaca,
Do you recognize this fragrance?
Yeah. At the edge of my field of vision, I notice a flower. A real flower. A lotus. Did the old man bring it when he came in?
it feels like your dad's kind of changed.
Kitty's words sound like some kind of foreign tongue to me. The lotus flower isn't some figment of my imagination. I can see it right there. That was Kiri's mother's favorite flower, and Kiri loves it too. She has an endless supply of flavor capsules with that exact fragrance. The old man knew that, and that's why he brought her one here. And still, despite that, I don't feel anything. I think I might have realized why the old man suddenly started acting nice. No, I probably knew it all along. But now I can finally acknowledge it.
Wow, Ethica figured that out way faster than in Konsu's route, then. I take a shower to wash off the sweat. Amachi's invitation was for 9 p.m., so I have some spare time. It's going to be a late night. Getting some sleep in might be a good idea. As that thought crosses my mind, my connery vibrates. Hello? The call was from Mitsumi, but I can't hear anything from the connery. Hello? Mitsumi, can you hear me?
Nagaoka! I need to request something of you. Can you hear me out?
I drive the coelacanth out to the woods, where I look for Mitsumi amid the snow. The Tokyo radio tower looms overhead. Once a symbol of Tokyo, in the past it transmitted radio waves across the vast Kanto plains. But now, Information is transmitted across the mesh network, using the colonies as relays. We have no need of hulking metal towers any longer. When the Ice Age swept over the planet, the building was completely abandoned. With no pipes to shield it from the cold, it's been reduced to little more than a frozen tombstone.
Nagoka. My apologies for calling you out here.
We're allies. It's only natural we help each other out.
Right.
Mitsumi's response is strangely meek. Does she feel awkward about making me come out here? Don't worry, I had some free time on my hands.
Do you have plans later tonight?
Didn't Ryoko contact you about it?
Contact me about what?
It seems clear that Mitsumi hadn't been informed about us going to the fortress.
Did something happen?
No. At first, I'm not sure how to reply, but Mitsumi is our partner. I decide against trying to talk my way out of this. I want to keep my relationship with her a frank one. After what happened yesterday, Iria regained some of her memories. She remembers being inside the fortress. After that, we received an invitation from Amachi Juichiro himself.
An invitation?
We'll be heading into the fortress tonight.
This could be dangerous. Let me come with...
We were told we can bring guests, but it's doubtful they'll let in a group of armed stalkers.
I see.
Mitsumi's expression clouds over. It's fine. We're only accepting the invitation so we can look into Iria's past. We don't intend to shake things up in there.
Don't do anything reckless.
We won't. Iria's coming with us, so we can't afford to stir up trouble with her around. So, you wanted something from me?
Walk with me for a bit.
We make our way through a deserted park, treading across the thick, fresh snow. Before me, Mitsumi's hair sways in what feels like a set rhythm. Snow falls silently from the sky. Only the sound of our footsteps echoes through the grove of genetically enhanced trees. These are evergreen trees that emit oxygen. They've been genetically modified to make them not just resilient against cold and disease, but also to increase the speed of their growth. The site is reminiscent of a boreal forest. Where are we going?
I figured you might be cold.
That doesn't really answer my question, but like Mitsumi said, the temperatures here are quite low, unlike inside the city. There are no hot pipes in the area surrounding the Tokyo Tower, hence the snow dancing all around us. The current temperature is about the lower limit at which lo-fi living dead, whose bodies have lost their thermoregulation functions, would be able to function. Yes, even a ghoul could just barely function in this environment. Being here brings back memories.
Huh?
Mitsumi's voice cracks.
You haven't forgotten?
I did forget. No sense in being dishonest. But fighting back to back with you yesterday made me remember. Remember how we first met. My body wasn't shivering because of the cold. You nervous? Try counting prime numbers. 2.5 years ago, I was a Living Dead Stalker trainee at the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency. I'd just begun actual field training. Tokitaka, being a few years older than me, was already working as Ikatsu's support at this time. His main role was to provide covering fire from a distance with his Ogasawara TFD-20. My job was to assist Tokitaka as a lookout, while still observing Ikatsu so as to learn what being a living dead stalker was all about. I'd only just started out, and it was my first serious operation. I was terribly nervous. I was surveying the area from my post atop the Tokyo radio tower's top floor when I noticed a disturbance. I probably only picked up on it because of how high-strung I was. What's wrong? It's not time yet. Ryoko. I contacted Ryoko, who is currently waiting on alert in the Strider in a nearby underground parking lot. There are ghouls rampaging beneath us. I can't quite make them out since the trees are in the way, but I think there's around 30 of them.
Right.
It was still before our operation's designated starting time. It would be preferable to get rid of any risk factors ahead of time.
They probably haven't noticed you, but just to be sure, can you check?
Roger. Perhaps having picked up on the stress in my voice, Ikatsu offered me a piece of advice, somewhat uncharacteristically for him.
Listen here, Soon. If things get dicey, just do what this old guy says.
All right. I descended the partially frozen staircase cautiously, step by step. As soon as I descended the staircase, I was immediately faced with the sight of two figures surrounded by a large number of ghouls. They're fighting someone. They're fighting with someone. There's a girl and a man who's seriously injured. So, don't do anything reckless. I know. Ryoko, requesting authorization to assist them. No response. Ryoko? Crap. I see smoke from the parking lot. Something might have happened. I could tell from his voice that Tokitaka was unnerved by this sudden development. Did I run up the staircase and go back to covering for him?
Sumihiko!
And abandon these two, moments away from being overcome by ghouls? That was Ryoko's call to make, but I couldn't get in touch with her. And I didn't have time to second-guess myself. What should I do? My hand reached for my glossy black X-Brain. As I activated it, a suggestion immediately popped up. Rescue them.
Who are...
Get down. I hopped down to the snowy field and drew my two re-eliminators from their holsters, pointing them at the living dead surrounding us. It was my first real battle, but oddly enough, I was calm. I gunned down my enemies, following the suggestions I was given. I dodged incoming attacks, abiding by the alerts that popped up. All I did was accurately and faithfully follow my X-Brain's orders. I had brought it with me in case of an emergency situation, and it proved up to the task. It led me down the path to victory, knowing exactly what to do at every juncture. As the fighting went on, I became more and more relaxed. The anxiety I'd felt earlier vanished. It was as if I'd repeated those actions countless times before. As if re-killing the living dead was my calling, my reason for being. The X-Brain that gave me purpose was a memento of my father, Takeyuki. The ghouls crumbled away one after another, dyeing the field in dusky red.
Time. I was ranked just under my brother as a practitioner of the Advanced Taisha School. We were living dead stalkers sanctioned by the government. The two of us had been chosen to prove that the Atai school is effective against the living dead too. Put simply, we were used as poster children.
I finally realized something. So the man that was with you at the time...
It was my brother, yes. Had you not come when you did, I would have surely been overcome by fear and killed by those ghouls. So let me express my gratitude one more time. Thank you.
No, I wouldn't have survived if you weren't there either. Everything went smoothly until halfway through the fight, but I didn't have enough stamina and focus at the time. After I'd re-killed about half of them, a group of the surviving ghouls got the better of me. Mitsumi was the one who... Mitsumi was the one who saved me when that happened. That's why fighting back-to-back with her felt so familiar. So why did you call me here specifically? To get me to remember how we met?
No.
Oh, thanks for the spoiler. Backlog.
Yep.
I promptly turned my head, fixing my gaze on the countless footprints in the snow. These footprints are proof that there are living dead in the vicinity. Cursing my carelessness, I reach for my re-eliminators. Mitsumi?
Every now and then, it seems like he's remembering what happened that day.
Mitsumi reaches out into the darkness of the woods, pulling forth a shambling figure. Gijo Sumihiko?
Right. My brother. He's been made into a living dead.
Oh.
I did not see that coming.
First time we see him, and he living dead.
Hey. Okay.
After he cleaned up the living dead, Sumihiko was taken to the military police's hospital. But by the time they brought him there, he had already passed away.
Sitting in the coelacanth's passenger seat, Mitsumi divulges the truth of what happened. Wait, but then that means that the Gijo Living Dead Stalker Agency is just her.
She's just so powerful.
It's not much of an agency, is it?
Yeah.
It's fair.
I assume that her brother's on the paperwork, but he just kind of unlives over by the Tokyo Tower.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredibly fucked up.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
Hi, Momo. Things are going about as well as you would hope.
In the story. Otherwise, we're doing good.
Each time we take a curve, the vehicle jolts slightly, and I catch a glimpse of her brother's empty gaze in the rear view. He's in the car with them?!
Oh.
A family hangout time.
Wait, does she just live with him? It's not that he just wanders around that area, she just actually lives with him? What the Oh,
maybe enough backhands, like he does what she says.
But that would only happen if she was the necromancer. Is she? Ooh.
Well, obviously she can control him. She's not scared of him. Maybe she has an agency full of dead people.
Mm-hmm.
That would create huge problems, like, legally.
Legally?
I don't know. Won't hurt him. Haven't you heard that term?
Well, I mean, there is a semblance of law with the military police existing.
Yeah, and then if she does them favors, I'm sure that they'll ignore her. She's obviously on the good side.
Well, yeah, but like, that's kind of. Each time we take a curve, the vehicle jolts slightly, and I catch a glimpse of her brother's empty gaze in the rearview mirror. His eyes are devoid of light.
My father, Gijutenyo, couldn't forgive me. My brother was to be the next head of the Attai school. We operated fast and loose in those days, so my brother would have some more prestige once he assumed the mantle.
Why is he in this condition?
Father wanted to bring my brother back to life at all costs, and the military police's top brass had interests that happened to align with that wish. For the military police, dealing with the living dead is top priority. They didn't want to lose any capable manpower, so they used my brother's body in an experiment.
During the Sino-American War, necromancers were valued on the battlefield. Their powers allowed them to shift the tide of the war itself. It came to be known as the War of the Dead. But following the war, necromancy became illegal, and these former war heroes were suddenly subject to persecution. The necromancers, with their excessive military might, were deemed unnecessary in peacetime. But of course, the necromancers weren't going to simply give up the power they had gained. Mafias and terrorist organizations offered them shelter in return for lending them their talents. And the military police were no different, apparently. My eyes turned to the rearview mirror again. His body's in bad shape. He isn't visibly decaying, but on close inspection, anyone would realize this isn't a living human being.
The military police's research efforts are lacking. Your necromancy can't compare to what the suicide wannabes use. At first, things seemed alright, but he soon started deteriorating rapidly. The way he moved, the way he looked, his emotions.
The quality of a hi-fi living dead greatly depends on the skills of the necromancer. The true test of a necromancer's skill is in how they're able to make a decaying body look and feel alive. One can somewhat compensate for lacking motor skills using implants. And there are ways of holding the body's decay in check, too. But it's said there isn't a necromancer in existence that can completely prevent a living dead's emotions from degrading.
It's different than simply burying him and recalling that feeling of hatred a few times a year. It's coming home every day, only to confront the fact that someone you love is slowly becoming something inhuman before your very eyes. I cursed my weakness. I wanted to grow stronger. To grow stronger and take revenge on Milgram.
What? I turned to look at Mitsumi. Milgram killed your brother?
Milgram and the suicide wannabes working under him. That's what Major General Kibanohara told me.
Now I finally understand. Mitsumi has always tirelessly fought against the living dead, maintaining an unreasonable schedule, chipping away at her very health. And when she forged an alliance with the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency, she ardently insisted that she would be the one to finish Milgram off. What drives her is her resolve to take revenge for her brother. The lights illuminating the Shuto Expressway pass by us in set intervals. Mitsumi's expression is more tense than I've ever seen it before. It's as if she might snap at any minute. Don't worry, Mitsumi. If we work together, we can do it.
Yes.
A faint smile plays over Mitsumi's features. Thank you for sharing your secret with me. really feels like we're partners now.
Partners.
Ethica and Tokitaka aren't so much my partners as they are my colleagues. And Ryoko is closer to being family. But ever since Iria came into the picture, my relationships with the people around me have begun to change.
Nagaoka.
Hmm?
There's something I need to tell you.
Mitsumi's tone is sober. Something she has to tell me? I started to feel a bit anxious. My hands gripping the steering wheel turned sweaty. Why, though? Mitsumi doesn't speak, and I remain silent as well. The lights pass us by again. Mitsumi trembles, still unable to say the words. It's like she's a completely different person compared to the battlefield, where she unflinchingly cuts down one undead after the next. That she's willing to show this side of herself to me is more proof that we've become partners. True, Tokyo is in a tragic state in 2199. The streets are full of violence, and each day is a brush with death. But if the world weren't the way it is, we might not have met the way we did.
The thing is,
just as she finally manages to speak, Sumihiko raises his voice in a moan. I notice that we're coming up on the exit to Shinjuku. Staying aware of what's behind me, I gently turn the steering wheel. The coelacanth exits the Shudo Expressway, its engine raising a satisfying purr. It's already dark outside. The Gijo Living Dead Stalker Agency is in a particularly dark corner of Shinokubo. Apparently, this area has traditionally been home to immigrants, and so the rent remains relatively cheap, but judging by how it looks from the outside, one wouldn't be inclined to believe that the Gijo Living Dead Stalker Agency is a rival of our agency. There are hardly any pipes running into it, and it looks less like a residential building and more like a warehouse.
does it strike you as shabby?
I do think it's a little strange. I mean, you shouldn't be pressed for money.
It doesn't matter how much I earn. It's never enough.
Mitsumi glances toward her dead brother's face. As advanced as embalming technology may have become, keeping a corpse in the same condition as a living being is difficult. Or maybe the military police is extorting her. Could the military police be forcing her to work for them in exchange for keeping her brother alive?
Don't misunderstand. True, I can't simply ignore the military police's demands, but that doesn't mean I'm obeying them blindly. I'm cooperating with them to track down Milgram. It's an equal relationship.
That's good then. Mitsumi gets out of the car and quickly leads Sumihiko into the agency before anyone has a chance to see him.
You were a great help today. Thank you.
I hope you'll call on me the next time you need help. We're partners, after all.
Right.
Mitsumi nods deeply and extends her hand out to me.
Good luck out there.
Thank you. We shake hands and part ways. As I drive home, I think back on the conversation we had earlier. What was Mitsumi trying to tell me before Sumihiko's groaning interrupted her? I'm not the most tactful person out there, but even I know that whatever it was, it's not something I can ask her over the phone. but I want to know what she was trying to tell me. So no matter what happens in the fortress, I have to make it back, safe and sound. Having said goodbye to Soul, Mitsumi opens the door to the agency. Before her eyes is a dreary, empty room. The building housing the agency was technically rented out as a warehouse. While the rent may be cheap, steam from the hot pipes barely reaches it. Sumihiko moans as Mitsumi sits him down on a chair behind a partition in the back of the room. Every now and then, her brother heads out to the Tokyo radio tower, as if he remembers what happened. An injection of the nanomachine tranquilizer the military police's engineers gave her is enough to make Sumihiko docile, to render him immobile. Not living, but not dead either. His decay simply progresses, slowly and silently, dying little by little. That is Gijo Sumihiko's current state. And drawing out this process for as long as possible is what Mitsumi lives for. Her konri vibrates. Tokyo is a city of the dead. Mitsumi never runs out of work to do. Apparently, there are living dead rampaging in Dogenzaka again today. Normally, this would be when Mitsumi sets out to work, but... Sumihiko's moans echo in the room. Mitsumi's breaths come out in white puffs. She's hungry.
Not today, I suppose.
Muttering to herself, Mitsumi puts her katana up. She simply isn't in the mood today. As she looks up at the rusted ceiling, Soun's face surfaces in her mind. And then she thinks of the other members of the Karasuzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency, standing huddled around a table, planning an operation out. All of them alive. A warm, pleasant sight. It reminds her of a family. Something far out of reach for her. The only thing she can do is fight on. 2 years ago, on the day the living dead marshaled by Milgram attacked her, Gijo Mitsumi's fate was irrevocably changed. Seeing as the Adtai school prided itself on its effectiveness in combating the living dead, having Sumihiko, its next head, fall in battle with a necromancer was a serious affair. The second head of the school, Gijo Tenyo, stopped at nothing to conceal Sumihiko's death. The end result of that was his cooperating with the military police's necromancy experiment. And so, Gijo Sumihiko was turned into a living dead. But the military police's necromancy techniques were poor, and while he initially seemed to have been successfully resurrected, he soon became visibly inhuman and decayed. Tenyo's plan to have the resurrected Sumihiko take his place as the Adtai school's head crumbled to pieces. Driven from the dojo, Sumihiko couldn't live, but he couldn't die either. Mitsumi took the brother that saved her life in exchange for his own, and began living with him in Shinokubo. They formed a living dead stalker agency with just the two of them. She didn't look for or want any backers. She didn't gather any partners to fight by her side, since there wasn't anyone she could trust with her brother's secret. And since the military police held Sumihiko's life hostage, they often used Mitsumi for their own ends. She had sworn to take revenge on Milgram, but there was still no sign of his whereabouts. Her father, Tenyo, mocked her efforts, saying a woman couldn't achieve anything on her own. But Mitsumi wanted to grow strong. To become as strong and beautiful as the man who saved her that day at the foot of the snowy Tokyo radio tower. That was her only wish. She swore she would cast aside anything else if she could have that. Mitsumi realizes that Sumihiko has approached her. His black, discolored fingers, too dark to look even remotely alive, wipe the tears from her cheeks.
Thank you, Sumihiko.
There were a few times Mitsumi considered re-killing Sumihiko, but she could never go through with it. Is he really dead? Has he really lost all his emotions? Is there not perhaps some iota of his living consciousness still remaining in his dying flesh? She couldn't rid herself of that doubt, of that hope. And even now, she still can't let go of them. Suddenly, Mitsumi hears a knock on the door.
We don't get to see who knocked?
People often say this. This is a shithole of a city. A shithole of a city occupied by shitheads. Said shitheads, of course, lead shitty lives. Okay, fellas, I get where you're coming from. Doesn't putting it like that strike you as a little short-sighted, though? I mean, take another look around. There's tasty finger-licking food, crazy fun brawls, cutest girls you'll ever find. Plenty of wonderful things all over the place if you just look. We're living good here, lads. I can say that with my head held high. Or at least, I could say that. Until just a short while ago.
Connie, you said you would take over for her?
Oh, okay.
Oh, what the matter? You didn't say you were coming.
You've got a virtual sphere, right?
Yeah.
Let me use it.
All right.
I head for the virtual sphere in the debug room. It's miniaturized, but still a bit too large to fit comfortably in someone's home. Even game designers don't usually have one of these for personal use. Sue here is a bona fide shut-in, though. So she built a testing facility for her home.
What program do you want?
Midnight Shores. The roar of the rolling waves echoes continually. An ebony sea. Waves that foam with an emerald glow. Fragments of the city lights reflect on the water surface. It may seem almost forlorn at first, but there's a reason why this virtual environment has stolen the hearts of so many. Hyogo Iria's masterpiece, Midnight Shores. I'm a big fan myself. Whenever things are too hard, too painful, too irritating, I'll use this program, and oddly enough, it puts my heart at ease every time. When these waves rock me back and forth, it feels like the border between being alive and being dead fades away, little by little. All of my emotions seem to melt into one.
I thought I pressed it already.
There are no borders. I'm simply there. I simply exist. Whenever I visit this world, it fills me with so much joy. I don't have to think about all the troublesome little things. I'm just here. I just exist. And that's nothing short of a miracle. It fills me with a true sense of contentment. That's what it's like when I'm here. That's what it should be like.
Becca. Well, what is it?
Sue, I need to ask you for something. My voice probably sounds off-putting, even frightening. I can't even tell anymore. There are no more tears to pour down my cheeks. I turn to face Sue. I want you to torture me. A sense of foreboding. Oh wait, it's yours.
A sense of foreboding. A premonition. There were times in the far past when mankind tried to write these feelings off as mere superstition. But now, most neurologists acknowledge that premonitions are grounded in science. The human brain's information processing isn't always done consciously. A great deal of information is processed on the subconscious level, and only a small amount of conclusions are scooped up and acknowledged by the conscious mind. A sense of premonition occurs when the brain processes some information subconsciously and raises an alarm as a result. By no means is it a supernatural phenomenon. All of us are gathered in the living room. 1 hour remains until the time Amachi Juichiro appointed. It's almost time to leave. Did you forget anything, Iria?
I'm good.
Ah, you must be excited about your new toy.
Iria holds up her pistol excitedly, only for Tokitaka to snatch it out of her hands.
Whoa! Hey, get your hands off my gun! You'll make it rot!
Guns don't rot.
Don't make me ferment your ass.
Huh?
Iria looks to be fine. Seeing her and Tokitaka banter like usual helps lift the mood a bit. But just as that thought crosses my mind, the situation develops rapidly.
It seemed Mitsumi went into the fortress.
She did what?
I wanted to call her before we left so I could keep her up to date, but I couldn't get in touch with her. So I looked into it, and there's a record of her taking the public taxi. With a one-way ticket at that.
The air in the room grows heavy with tension. My breath sticks in my throat. I have to steel myself before exhaling. I might be at fault for that.
What do you mean?
I told her we'd be storming the fortress earlier.
So she decided to get a head start on us.
Tokitaka's tone is bitter. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. We shouldn't have trusted her to begin with.
No, but I think back to how Mitsumi acted at the Tokyo radio tower earlier. Even Mitsumi wouldn't just charge into the fortress all on her own without a good reason. She must have some reason for doing this. I just know it.
What, so have you fallen for her now?
I don't know.
Huh? Why aren't you denying it? Like, seriously?
No, like I said, I don't know. How do I feel about Mitsumi? I still can't quite put it into words.
This atmosphere is not what I bargained for. Ethica, do something about this!
Tokitaka tries to steer the conversation in her direction, but Ethica holds her tongue. She hasn't said anything for a while now, actually. Now that I take a closer look, she seems a little off. Please, I want to save Mitsumi. I turn to everyone and bow my head. Please cooperate with me on this.
Saloon, bear with me here. Regardless of where Mitsumi is right now, we're still going into the fortress. To reclaim this gremlin's past, right?
What are you calling a gremlin?
And if we run into Mitsumi along the way, well, saving her so she can owe us one for it wouldn't be a bad idea. Am I right, Ethica? Ethica?
Oh, yeah.
Are you feeling ill?
Nah, I'm fit as a fiddle. Just thinking some stuff over is all.
Thinking? You?
His jab doesn't even seem to register with her. Tokitaka simply shrugs with a resigned expression.
No changes to the plan then.
A reliable superior sums things up and gives her instructions.
We head for the fortress, as per Amachi Yurichiro's invitation. Gather at the... What is that?
Coelacanth.
Gather at the coelacanth in 10 minutes' time. Don't be late.
At Ryoko's orders, we each begin outfitting ourselves. I reinspect my gear while praying for Mitsumi's safety. muzzle flashes illuminate the silent castle. Mitsumi nimbly avoids gunfire as she closes in on her target. Marcus is right. Ethica, realizing that she doesn't feel hatred for her dad, is how she's like, wait, am I dead? And then it turns out the answer to that is, unfortunately, yes. Reeling it in with her arm, she knocks it against the ground, reaches for its neck, and twists it with the force afforded to her by her reinforced bodysuit. Her prey stirs no more. Mitsumi tosses its head to the side, its camera eye glinting ominously as it rolls along the brickwork flagstones. From a distance, her dispatched opponent looks like a human soldier wearing a full-face helmet, but its head is made of metal alloy and stuffed with sensors. In other words, it's a humanoid security robot. Mitsumi senses new opponents approach her from within the darkness. She's in the fortress, the inner citadel of Amachi Juichiro, premier authority on the development and marketing of humanoid operating machines. A large force of security robots moves in to intercept her. A total of 5 units. The more opponents, the better. Their primary armaments are assault rifles made to use a new type of ammunition, employing boron gunpowder. Their secondary armaments are machine pistols. And all of those fire at her at once. Weaving her way through intersecting lines of fire, Mitsumi slips between two of the enemy units. She grabs one by the arm and snaps it in half. The robot loses its grip on its gun and goes flying. They use weapons meant for humans and wear bulletproof vests. Tokyo is frozen and lacking in resources. Security robots in this city are humanoid in form so they can reuse equipment designed for humans. Which means their weapons can be stolen and used against them with ease. Using her enemy as a shield, Mitsumi lets loose with her newly acquired assault rifle. Destroying a valuable unit just to capture one intruder is utterly irrational. The moment the chance of friendly fire occurs, the robots, rational to their very core, become slow to react. Outsmarting them is child's play. Mitsumi shoots down one target after the next with pinpoint accuracy. It doesn't matter how many of these dim-witted metal mannequins come out, she won't lose to them. Mitsumi has one target, and one target only in mind. Milgram. After parting with Soun, Mitsumi returns to the office when she suddenly hears a knock on the door. Of course, she's not expecting any guests. She opens the door, gets on the floor. Everybody walks the dinosaur.
That's not what it says.
I know. This is the part where someone should edit in the Walk the Dinosaur music video. Mitsumi cautiously peeks out the door. Oh, it's Rorschach. Akane?
What's up?
We're gonna need you to take over for Rorschach here.
Who's Rorschach and how does they sound?
Come.
Oh, her.
Mm-hmm.
The sexy lady.
I mean, a lot of them are, but yes.
Well, the one that, anyway.
The one that Momo normally does the voice for, yes.
Good evening.
Who are you?
Who am I, indeed?
Standing on the other side of the door is someone Mitsumi isn't familiar with.
I'm not interested in playing games.
My colleagues tell me that you're looking for Milgram.
Mitsumi looks the woman over. Her body is well built, and she carries herself with the keen prowess of one versed in combat. Most striking of all, though, is the stench emanating from her. A stench too intense for perfume to hide. A stench unique to someone who lives on the razor's edge between life and death, just like Mitsumi herself.
Are you truly just an information broker?
Not quite, no. But I still abide by the rules of trade. I deliver whatever is necessary to whomever may need it. I'll just say, I also deal in things that are far more tangibly dangerous than information and leave it at that.
I have no reason to trust you. Why should I believe anything?
Milgram is in the fortress. Well, do you trust me now?
Mitsumi did impress upon the information broker she knows to contact her if they pick up any information on Milgram, but the leader of the laboratory, Milgram. He exercises the utmost care in concealing his whereabouts. It's likely he's somewhere the pipe runners can't or won't monitor. And the fortress fits that description.
What's your name?
Just call me Olga.
Tell me more, Olga.
Resting a hand on Shoshimaru, Mitsumi suddenly freezes. The image of the Kara Suzumi Living Dead Stalker Agency holding a meeting flashes through her mind again. Should she tell Soun and the others about this?
Let me start off by saying this. You're the second person I'm sharing this information with.
The second person.
The first was Karazumi Ryoko.
Nagaoka Soun mentioned they'd be going into the fortress, but he didn't mention anything about Milgram. Oh, Rorschach's just fucking lying through her teeth. Has she been betrayed? No, the one with the information is Karasuzumi Ryoko, a seasoned veteran. It's possible she didn't relay everything to Soun. Of course, this is assuming Olga's information is at all trustworthy. But Mitsumi doesn't have the time to ascertain the truth. What eventually informs her decision is her tenacious urge to take revenge. If Milgram really is there, it should be her and no one else to settle the score with him. She won't let anyone get in the way of her revenge. Not even Soun. This is Mitsumi's conviction. Something she can never relinquish. Her reason for being. Getting in was easy enough. The fortress is surrounded by a massive wall of smart material, but a section of the structure is adjacent to the sea. With Olga's help, Mitsumi hitched a ride on a ship meant for transporting humanoid operating machines, which took her directly into the facility. The lights in the center of the premises are turned off. Mitsumi pushes her way ever deeper into the fortress, dispatching security robots and stealing their weapons along the way. It will take a lot more than a few robots to stop her. Mitsumi simply strides forward, ever forward, to prove that her struggle has not been in vain. Suddenly, a flash of dazzling light fills her field of vision, temporarily blinding her. Now would be the perfect time for enemies to ambush her. Mitsumi narrows her eyes and concentrates her nerves. And yet, nothing comes. Instead, cheery music starts blaring, hardly appropriate for the current situation. Her eyes eventually get used to the bright light, but the sight unfolding before her can only be described as bizarre. A massive Dutch wife frolics about, dancing the robot with its sequin-coated bosom stuck out. A holographic pole dancer begins to strip, swaying its body in an exaggeratedly coquettish fashion. The mascots to the sides are engaged in rough fornication, their comically enlarged genitals lit up like Christmas trees.
Ew.
The decorative illumination hanging above Mitsumi lights up in geometric patterns, forming a visual stimulant meant to excite anyone who lays eyes on this sight. A rainbow-colored amusement park. A nightmarish sexual wonderland. Never gonna get over the fact that the elephants, one's holding a whip and a candle and the other's bound and gagged.
How do you pronounce the word? I'm sorry.
Repugnant.
Okay. How repugnant.
Quite the statement, coming from someone who barged in without any invitation or introduction. Yeah.
A voice crackles from a set of antiquated speakers. A gentlemanly voice booms throughout the maddened fort.
Amachi Juichiro, right?
You should introduce yourself before asking someone for their name. That's basic manners, Gijo Mitsumi.
Mitsumi can't help but smirk, so he's well aware of who she is. She'd expect nothing less from the fortress's master. And Mitsumi has no intention of hiding her identity either.
Hand over, Milgram.
I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest who you're talking about.
Feign ignorance, and I'll have to resort to force.
Oh my. We can't very well negotiate like this.
Contrary to his words, Amachi's tone doesn't waver in the slightest.
I suppose I'll have to snuff out this little spark that's descended upon my garden.
You think I'm just a little spark?
Mitsumi levels Shoshimaru's glimmering blade.
Then I suppose I'll have to burn everything you have to the ground.
Neck hanger.
Amachi's voice echoes through the rainbow garden, slowly fading away. A figure appears to answer his call. From its silhouette, Mitsumi initially assumes that multiple opponents are approaching her. A gun, another gun, and another, and another. But all of these firearms are being handled by a single opponent. Ah, it's this thing.
Yeah.
Crystal knows who this thing is, and who it belongs to.
Yeah.
That's Rorschach's Hi-Fi Living Dead.
So. Fun times.
So yeah, obviously Rorschach just tricked Mitsumi into coming in here just to kill her, I guess.
Robs.
This neck hanger has 8 arms, each of them gripping its own weapon. In the previous route, this thing was on our side.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So we know exactly what it's capable of. That's Mitsumi.
How peculiar.
Every gun fires at once, all aiming directly for Mitsumi. But even with the bright light of the muzzle flashes obscuring her vision, Mitsumi swiftly dodges the gunfire. The femurs of her reinforced bodysuit bend, affording her superhuman speed as she sprints over the flagstones. Any ordinary person would struggle to even keep up with her movements. Neckhanger doesn't seem the slightest bit unnerved by this, though. Its aim doesn't need to be perfect. One bullet might miss its mark, but the others will cover for it. A hailstorm of bullets mows down the surrounding artworks, scattering flurries of sparks and splinters of broken smart material into the air. Neckhanger's behavior algorithm is nothing like the robots Mitsumi's been facing. This won't be so simple. Very well. Having come to her decision, Mitsumi holds up Shoshimaru and closes in on Neckhanger. Its 8 arms pursue her, squeezing the trigger of whichever weapon has her in its sights. Mitsumi doesn't waver, though. A pistol roars, but she's too fast. She blitzes past a machine gun's line of fire next. Her reinforced bodysuit lets her take a beating. No need to worry about trying to dodge every last bullet. The only thing she needs to worry about keeping safe is her brain. And what few bullets do whiz toward her head, she can deflect with Shoshimaru.
No.
Again? They broke her sword again?
This happened before?
Shoshimaru was snapped in half during the battle with Pavlov. After returning to the agency, Mitsumi used high-precision gauge block ringing to bind the blade again, but ultimately that proved to be only a temporary measure. Neckhanger doesn't miss this opening. As Gijo Mitsumi stands defenseless, countless muzzles flash in unison. When Mitsumi comes to, she finds herself lying on the floor with her hands cuffed and a collar around her neck. Her hands are bound by stun cuffs that punish any intense movements with an electrical shock. There's an odd sensation around her neck, too. However, her reinforced bodysuit is undamaged, and there's no trace of any bleeding. Was she shot with non-lethal bullets?
I see you're awake.
You. Amachi Juichiro.
As the lord of this castle looks down on her composedly, Mitsumi glares back at him.
Why didn't you kill me?
Me kill you? No. You're what I wanted.
Amachi Juichiro stresses each and every word, as if trying to communicate with a foreigner.
What would you want me for?
Do you realize why this fortress exists?
Amachi continues without giving her time to answer.
That's right. This is a facility for having sex. I love sex. I love it more than words can describe. Oh, I love it so much. So much so that I built an entire fortress for it. Do you love sex too? No, I must imagine you don't. My intuition tells me as much.
Oh, we thought he sucked on Konsuzuru. He's way worse right now.
Oh yeah, he's so horrible. Ick.
Yeah.
Mitsumi has no choice but to continue listening to Amachi, eyes wide.
Now then.
I must clarify for the audience, this is an R15 patch, so anything that would cross a line has been cut.
Yes, it is.
But that doesn't mean that it doesn't get
Yeah.
kind of really close.
I see.
Yeah. Real cutting it.
If the content ever becomes too much for any of our cast to continue with, I have no qualms with skipping over it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Mitsumi tries to crawl away, but the cuffs inhibit her movement. She's not so naive to not understand what Amachi has in store for her.
Stop it.
This is also usually when someone would throw in the ruin dramatic tension command and just force me to read for, like, Mitsumi or something. Usually,
Bro, giving ideas out there.
usually Wild is also here, and it just ends up being us.
The two dudes doing it's great.
It's always amazing to make the two men do that.
Now you just gotta do it by yourself.
But see, that's the problem. If we do hit the button, everyone who was normally doing the scene is no longer doing the scene. Which
I
means
know.
that, unfortunately, if
Alright.
someone were to hit the button, it would be Akane and Crystal doing this instead.
Sorry.
Naturally,
That'd be some-
naturally, Akane would have to be Juichiro because Mitsumi was her role before. And I'm not about to give it back to her for the dramatic tension redeem.
Yeah,
Oh, wouldn't that be quite a gem?
fair enough.
Mitsumi twists her bound body, desperately trying to look away.
Go on, give it a good look.
I won't.
Wait, what is she looking at?
A jolt runs through her body.
I should tell you that it's more than just the stun cuffs.
Yeah, Slimy, hi. You came back to an R15 version of an R18 scene. I think.
I think.
I mean, it's definitely an R15 because of the patch. But, I don't know how... Thank you, Crystal.
This collar has explosives set into it, and I can detonate it at any time. It's also very much capable of constricting your carotid artery.
True to Amachi's words, the collar squeezes hard against her throat, suffocating her. The flow of blood to her brain grinds to a halt, her consciousness turning hazy. Her body grows limp. Taking full advantage of that, Amachi brings himself far too close for comfort.
Service it kindly now.
His sickening tone makes her skin crawl. Mitsumi feels tears well up in her eyes. The sheer humiliation. Why does she have to go through this? Never before has she regretted being a woman as she does now. If the alternative is to suffer this indignity, she would be better off.
Who is this one? Is this me?
I would have bet. Wait. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
There's only 2 people in the scene.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, go on.
Mitsumi uses all the power in her reinforced bodysuit to dislocate her shoulders, then thrusts herself upwards with all her might. She then lifts her arms overhead, bringing them in front of her as she bears the pain and uses her shape memory alloy actuators to reattach her joints. With that, she throws herself at Amachi, poking at his eyes without a moment's hesitation. The Adtai school's teachings naturally instilled in her the methods she needed to take while captured. She knows what she was taught. At this close a range, her stun cuffs won't activate, and she should be able to crush her captor's eyeballs with ease. And yet, she's also aware that before she'll be able to accomplish that, the collar will likely clamp down on her neck, and the gunpowder will soon detonate. But Mitsumi doesn't care. If the alternative is to obey this disgusting man, she'd rather die here and now.
Yes! Yes! Like that! That's what I want!
Huh?
Her thumbs were supposed to meet Amachi's optic nerves after crushing his eyes, but instead they brush against something solid. She freezes in shock, which gives the smirking Amachi the chance to push her off. Peering into the eyes of the old man standing above her reveals bundles of red and blue wires protruding out.
You're a mechanical doll.
Sexoroids are my field of expertise. The real me is human, of course.
Mechanical dolls made for the purpose of fornication. Sexoroids. They have a long history. Mankind has developed and refined tools for sex for as long as it has existed, to make them ever more realistic, ever more human-like. Amachi Juichiro is the leading expert on the production of humanoid operating machines. By applying that technology, he was able to create sexoroids that look and act surprisingly human. According to some rumors, developing robots for military use was only a means to an end for Amachi. His original goal from the very start was to develop sexoroids.
You pass. Olga, break her in, please.
Roger that.
You're...
The figure that appears is the woman who sold Mitsumi information earlier, and the one who guided her here.
I'd heard the rumors, but I didn't think you'd really be that gullible. It was a pretty obvious lie, if you ask me.
It was a lie?
It's no fun when it's this easy. Not even worth keeping my involvement a secret.
You're his accomplice?
I told you, I deliver whatever is necessary to whomever may need it.
Necessary?
You augmented your body using order-made drugs, increased your athletic abilities using a reinforced bodysuit, added special features with assorted implants. And more than anything, that the personality of yours. You're the ideal product.
Product?
That's right. I'm a broker specializing in human trafficking. I deal in people. Your physical abilities are perfect. Your personality is perfect. An outstanding product. And exactly what my client is looking for.
Lunacy. You wretches won't get away with it.
Olga grabs Mitsumi and knees her in the stomach.
Wonderful. That's how a living person ought to be.
An overwhelming pain assails Mitsumi. She has implants meant to tune her sense of pain. Not to shut out her sense of pain, only to tune it. While completely shutting out pain is technologically possible, doing so would only serve to weaken a soldier. A soldier that's insensitive to pain would fail to react promptly to sudden danger. Olga is adept at hurting people, however, and her kick produced so much pain the implants failed to keep up with it. And on top of that, being struck in the pit of her stomach knocked all the air out of Mitsumi, leaving her unable to breathe. Olga grabs Mitsumi by the hair, pulling her up with one hand.
Do entertain me, my adorable little swordsmaster. Come on, keep walking straight.
Mitsumi is in a daze and her limbs are limp, and so Olga drags her along by the collar.
This here is the experimentation sector. It's a playroom for clients who prefer more extreme kinks, while also serving a testing area for new sexualoid technology.
The corridor is like a circus display of torture chambers. They pass by an assortment of cells, each outfitted with a semi-transparent glass walls.
Sexroids development begin from the question of how to imitate human emotions. But by now, our sexroids are far more expressive than humans. They may be based on humans, but they are capable of expressing themselves in ways that are far more arousing than any human can manage. Still, sampling requires having samples on hand, samples from which we draw out human emotion to the limit of human capacity and beyond.
As her throat is constricted, Mitsumi's eyes cloud over. But even still, she understands what kind of place she's in. One cell is in the middle of an operation to attach a human head to a dog's torso.
No. Okay. We make use of ordinary humans here. These experiments are all illegal, of course. The elderly, the homeless, illegal immigrants. Our society doesn't acknowledge people like them as human beings, so instead we put them to use here, so they can serve mankind in their own way. And I'm a broker that deals in those kind of people.
Another cell houses a young Southeast Asian man. The top of his skull is cut off, exposing his brain, from which an array of electrodes protrudes. I'm just gonna let the game do this one for me. Standing all around the men are female nurses, collecting information with indifferent expressions. Looking close, they're androids dressed in white skin suits, wearing nurse caps. More creations of Juichiro. And while it isn't clear if it's because he's had some kind of drug administered or if it's due to his brain being toyed with, the man's penis is erect. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Fair enough.
This is awful. Why are you doing this?
Whee!
Oh.
Akane?
Sorry, I had gotten a phone call. Okay. Well, personally, I only help with collecting samples. My only motive here is money, a bit of personal curiosity.
You bastards.
Mitsumi whispers hoarsely. That isn't just because of the caller suffocating her, though. It's because she realizes that she's been chosen to be one such sample. Was really hoping it would just stop and we'd switch perspectives, because like it's about time to end the stream, and I don't want to start the stream from here.
Yeah.
Here.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to stop it here, and we'll continue from here
Yeah,
next
'cause
time.
Yeah, because I've got to go. I thought we usually end at 3. But,
Well, yeah, but we usually start at noon, so...
Yeah. Well, 1 usually. It's funny.
Yes, Slimy, that's why I really wish that I didn't have to stop it here, so that it would just start here next time.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun to start, next time.
Also, if anyone new joins us, we're gonna have so much explaining to do.
Yes, if we didn't
Some
have a lot
explaining to
already.
do.
What with the Kibanohara family tree?
Well, I just meant, like, if Eva joins us next week, or Snowy joins us, we're gonna have a lot of explaining to do.
We also have a lot to explain to her, too.
Also, Slimy, yes it could. There are 2 scenes that we actually did have to skip in their entirety because they were worse.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of them, I don't know how the R15 patch handled it, because I actually read it with the full R18. I did one route completely R18 by myself, because I was like, yeah, I'm never going to be able to stream this. And then the R15 patch released. But I was like, yeah, no, this is uncomfortable for everyone involved, so I'm just going to skip it and give you, like, a 2-sentence breakdown of what happened.
I think I remember that.
Well, Slimy, if you don't play with the R18 patch, it's about 70% of the game gets cut. So not just those scenes, but like every fight scene gets cut. The entire introductory sequence where they are chasing down Tang Yunshan and the whole battle just doesn't get to happen, and it just skips past it. Which is why I needed to have this R15 patch, so that I would have the good stuff. It's just, unfortunately, it cuts it incredibly close.
They need to be grounded here?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, oops. I'm so on. My bad. I thought I muted.
All right. Well, since we are calling it now, I'm going to be sending you guys over to Senko, who I'm
Again.
going to try to remind that she's supposed to, or that they're supposed to join us at some point for this.
It happens.
Until next time, everybody. May your stories grow ever more interesting.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and get your library raids ready.
Yeah, library raid.